Well, this is technically not a doghouse thing, um, because that's really kayfabe, and for you non-wrestling fans, that it means that's an act. This is what we wrestling fans would call a shoot. That means it's honesty, or what people think is honesty. Anyway, Monday night when I put on the doghouse, I made a comment about the stuff that's happened and such like that, and that I just didn't care and too tired to care. Not really. Again, that part, that's Sav Dog speaking. All right. Part of it's true when I said I was just too tired to care at that point because I was just flat out tired. After rereading all the stuff that happened and not really rehashing it, I'm trying to find the words right now. Feelings are hurt. I get it. And such like that. Not going into detail of who I converse with and putting names out there, but I'm going to make some comments here. 5 years ago, I was at my job at the time when it was still cool to be at that place. Two of my closest buddies went elsewhere to a different school and such like that. And it sucked because it was me back on my own, being obviously in an elementary school setting, being the only guy. But thankfully, we had a speech teacher there who was a guy, and needless to say, we hit it off pretty much. We have the same interests. The interests that I care about the most, well, baseball and video games. Well, second one I'll get to in a minute. But obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about one Bedell, aka Bedell, which is Benson Harbor, or Ben Harbor, I should really call him. And the grief I give him through the doghouse videos, saying that he's a corrupt commissioner and all this other garbage, is just that. It's just garbage. For 5 years, I'll tease him. I'll say that he's the worst commissioner in the world. But I will say this: I will go to battle with him any day, 24 hours. At any point. That's how much I consider him a friend of mine. And such like that. Again, this is why I call a shoot interview. So this is real. This ain't Sav Dog. This is me. I'm not throwing out my name there, but this year in the league, it's been very, very intense at times. Maybe, obviously, too intense. I'm not gonna, whatever happens in the league, most of the times. I've always seen that there's been a lot of tension in this league, even in years prior, and cooler heads have always prevailed. This year, it's gone tenfold. So before I go into any more of a rant, I do want to make any apologies to any person in our league. If you got PO'd about any dog, sad dog, the doghouse type thing, if you didn't like it or if you felt offended by it, that's not my intention. it's really just to throw some lighter side on things, talk smack, yada, yada, yada. It's fun, talking smack with Cody, aka Dumb Luck Dynasty, and doing those things. It's fun when I, talk with, about Bedell and such like that. It's just good, lighthearted humor. At least that's what I try. Now, I know that maybe I did not, PO a certain someone, but I knew I ruffled feathers early on. Wasn't really my intention. Again, with the Sad Dog, when I act like Sad Dog, I think of it as kayfabe, aka an act. And that's what I try to do. I don't try to go out and make things personal. I don't try to put, harm in the way. That's not me. That's never been me. And if it is, and if I've done that in the past, that was never my intention. So if there's anybody that I've PO'd in the past with, doghouse stuff, my sincerest apologies. So with that said, if I'm not mistaken, I think I am the oldest person in our league. Less than a month, I'm 39. So that probably puts me about 5 years older than most people in our league. At least 5 years older. I don't know. I think Ant's a few years younger than me. I don't know. But the point is that I always tell people that, every year when my birthday comes, I'm about to turn 10 because I'm 30, pretty much. I'm a 10-year-old at heart. I love baseball. I love football. I love watching sports. I love pro wrestling, obviously. And, thanks to Ben, that I reaffirmed my love for video games. Well, Ben and actually my own son, because he's in love with them. And, it's kind of fun to go back into that thing. That's what makes this league, I think, great, is because we're all, we all act like children at times, and that's fine. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, we're going to, people in our league, and again, it's not I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. We're going to fight like children because, that's our outlet. We're going to spread our opinions we're going to throw out our opinions on things, whether we like it or, whether we like to hear it or not. Trust me, this year, some of your opinions, I'm not naming names, some of your opinions bother me. Okay. But, I pretty much am like, what? I've had enough of chatting. I have something better to do with my time. Again, I'm not going to throw names out, but, a couple weeks ago, somebody said something that got me very upset. We'll put it that way. You know what? That person apologized to me. I'm over it. In fact, until I mentioned it, I really kind of forgot about it. That's just who I am, really. I don't get ticked off too long if somebody ticks me off, really. Save for, certain people that have, at work, well, not my current work, but prior work. I don't hold grudges. That's what I'm trying to say. But I guess what I'm trying to say is we're all different. We all have our, pressure points, and such like that. Again, we're going to tick everyone off at some point. Okay? Again, certain people in this league have ticked me off this year. Lesser extent, certain people say things that I'm like, dude, come on. It's getting old. It's getting tiresome, blah, blah, blah. I guess what so that's the thing. You know what? And it's another day tomorrow. I'm going to get over it. I have other things to do. Like have a job. Worry about my family. Worry about my kids. Watch. Football's coming and such like that. So I have other things as well. So there are things to worry about. Now, again, I'm not throwing out names, but I understand why people get ticked off sometimes. Seeing Will's video Monday night, I don't think I've ever seen him being that ticked off before. I'm not going to throw an opinion out. Again, I'm not going to throw opinion out of that on here. That's because I wasn't involved in it, at least that I'm aware of. And it's not, honestly, not for me to say. But with that said, at some point we have to look and think, okay, do we need to say something to keep on cutting open, to make that wound more and more wider and shooting out more and more blood? Or do we just need to go, let's take a step back and go, I'm just going to let this pull through, blow over. Things happen. I know how much we love this league. All 12 of us love this league with a great passion. And that's the key word, is passion. But we have to figure something out. We have to think of something where it's like, okay, it's too much right now. Let's take a step back on things. Or try to figure something out where it's like, you know what? I'm not talking about it anymore. It's a dead issue. There's a lot of crap that happens in this world. If we're doing this, and if it's this bad, we have to look at things in perspective sometimes. And maybe we've lost that. I don't know. But anyway, bottom line is, I've done a lot of rambling and lip flapping. I'm an idiot anyway. Don't matter. But I will say this. Personal message to Bfffl. Thank you for putting me in this league. I've enjoyed every second of it. Aside for the times where I get PO'd. But thank you for putting me in this league. I've made some good friends in it. I love talking smack. Love talking other things as well. So, thank you guys all anyway. Hopefully life is going to turn out pretty well after this. Not after my thing, but after the season or after this blows over. And we get back to quote Warren G. Harding, we return to normalcy. So, best of luck. And best of luck to you guys the rest of the way. And hope to catch you on the chat board. If you don't really see me, it's just because I'm not PO'd at anyone right now. I'm just pretty busy. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Have a good rest of the night. Have a good one. Adios.